Following the news of what happened in Afghanistan with the Taliban taking over and the Afghan U.S.-backed Afghan government collapsing within a very, very short period of time, Fox News has responded by turning up the fear-mongering against Afghan refugees. So now, I showed you videos of U.S. evacuation planes that are crowded by desperate people, of course, people desperate to escape fundamentalist rule. It's all over the internet. People were clinging onto planes as they took off. Several people ended up falling to their deaths. One person's remains were found in a wheel well of a plane. And so, I mean, it really, really is sad. It really is heartbreaking. And this is the plight of people who have been trying to escape. Now, that's why a lot of leaders around the world, I should say, have openly talked about taking in numbers of refugees. Now, that, of course, whenever that happens, whenever there's any discussion about refugees, immediately Fox News and other members of conservative media have things to say, and it sounds a lot like this.
So we're getting it. And if history is any guide, and it's always a guide, we will see many refugees from Afghanistan resettle in our country in coming months, probably in your neighborhood. And over the next decade, that number may swell to the millions. So first we invade, and then we're invaded. It is always the same.
Is it really our responsibility to welcome thousands of potentially unvetted refugees from Afghanistan? All day we've heard phrases like, we promised them. Well, who did? Did you?
The people that helped us in Afghanistan, the commandos, the interpreters, all that, got to stay in region. You got bases in Qatar, you got bases in Kuwait, you got bases in UAE, you've got bases in Saudi Arabia. We got tons of allies. Iraq, got people all over that region. No need for anybody to come to the good old United States of America. Everybody take a deep breath. Let's get them out of there. Let's get them out of Afghanistan, but no need to come to Wisconsin or Texas.
And we don't have to hear about refugees being brought into our country, leading to the likes of Ilhan Omar becoming members of Congress one day.
Keep them out. Keep them out. Scary Muslims. We're being invaded. Not our problem. Send them. They don't need to be coming to Texas. Oh, no. Send them anywhere else. Anywhere else. But Texas. Don't send them here. Don't send them here. Well, that's the overall view that you're getting from Fox News. In fact, other conservatives have weighed in. In fact, here's Florida Representative Anthony Sabatini in a tweet saying, any Republican that doesn't help fight against the plan to bring 100,000 Afghans into the country must be primaried. Every GOP official must go on record now. Isn't it funny that, again, the entire situation with pulling out of Afghanistan was a Trump idea. Trump originally said, we're pulling out. And again, I agreed with that. Knowing, of course, that it was very unlikely that the puppet government there would, of course, collapse or crumble, and that somebody would fill that power vacuum. Unfortunately, in this case, it was the Taliban. Unsurprising, right? But apparently, people that weren't paying attention, conservatives, and mainstream media pundits, as I pointed out the other day, were utterly shocked that this would happen so fast. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh, I can't believe the thing that people warned us about, that we're actually paying attention actually happened. We thought we had a lot more time. No. Which is why, since we've not been surprised, we're saying, okay, why don't we take in the refugees? Open up the country to take in as many anti-Taliban refugees, women and children specifically. They're going to be the most affected by the policies. And we'll do that. But no, the idiots, again, are shocked. Oh my God, as soon as we did the thing that we said we were going to do, the thing that every rational person said was going to happen actually happened. And now nobody could have seen this coming. And now we have to keep the refugees out. Of course. Now, an interesting thing, right? So in all of these things, Marjorie Taylor Greene, for example, she had recently talked about, all the Biden had freed all these Taliban fighters, right? Actually, it was Donald Trump that freed a bunch of Taliban fighters. In fact, now the leader of the interim Afghani government, Abdul Ghani Baradar, was freed by Donald Trump. the Trump administration literally asked him to be released from a Pakistani jail 3 years ago. So he's the guy that literally is now going to be leading Afghanistan, and he was the lead of the Taliban fighters. Come on. What did you think was going to happen? Really? You pull out, first you free the Taliban leader and a bunch of fighters on our request, and then we make a plan to pull out, which again, I agree that we should have. And then when it all goes to crap, what did you think was going to happen? Honestly, they can't, look, I understand that most people, like, Donald Trump's stupid. We know that he's not a very stable genius. What are you talking? I have the big brain, the greatest brain. I am a very, they say, is Donald Trump an intellectual? Yes, I am a very stable genius. No, he's not. But other Republicans can't be that dumb, right? They can't be all that stupid. They should have known that this was going to happen. And yet, okay, so whatever, it happened, and we have a situation now, and this is the important thing to focus on. We have a situation where people want to escape the Taliban. And again, I don't blame them. They don't want to live under that system. I wouldn't want to live under that system. That is a fundamentalist Sharia government that is going to restrict rights and is already working on restricting rights from women. And so these same people say, oh, no, the refugees, well, you're just terrorists and you want to bring in Sharia law. No, if they wanted Sharia law, they would have stayed in Afghanistan. No, what this comes down to is, unsurprisingly, white nationalism. Fear-mongering. They're incredibly, I would say mostly elderly audience, but also people who are, again, white nationalists. Tucker Carlson, look, I can tell you for a fact, Tucker Carlson doesn't give a damn about Afghanis. And he says, well, they might be coming to your neighborhood. Be scared. Be afraid. Now, for his viewers, they think it is scary. Oh, look at that terrible non-white person in my super white neighborhood. Yeah, for him, yeah, imagine somebody named Omar, wearing a hijab, moves in Tucker Carlson's gated community. I think he probably would be scared. Maybe. Or maybe, of course, he's just using that fear to gin up an audience and doesn't believe a damn thing that he says. You never really know with Tucker Carlson. But either or, it still makes him a disgusting person for saying the things that he says. But again, this is racist dog whistling aimed at people who want to escape from a terrible situation, a situation that we started, a situation that was started back in 2001 with the Bush administration invasion of Afghanistan, which we then abandoned to then go invade Iraq. So this is what's going on. But again, Tucker Carlson only wants to scare you so that, God forbid, you don't talk to anybody. You don't want to bring anybody new into the country. Any people with a different culture, different religion, and actually, I don't know, maybe get to know them as human beings. Then if you do that, you don't buy Tucker's bullshit anymore, do you? Now, the other thing, of course, that's related to this whole white nationalist nonsense from Tucker Carlson is that he goes on and on about white replacement. That's his big thing. He's one of the biggest purveyors of the white replacement theory. Oh my God, the immigrants. Biden is bringing in the immigrants to replace the white people. We're being invaded. White people, we're being genocided because for the first time, the United States is more diverse. Look at the census, white people. Oh no, people who are slightly different and have a different religion are coming to the country. Scary. You know what? I would much rather have those people come to my neighborhood than people like Tucker Carlson. Horrible people, racist people like Tucker Carlson. But there's the thing, right? It's boomer fuel for scared old white men. That's what Fox News is. That's Tucker Carlson's audience. That's who watches the despicable Laura Ingraham, the loathsome Steve Bannon, and of course, the racist Tucker Carlson. Terrible people all together, putting out terrible anti-humanitarian messages. all for profit in a lot of cases.
If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.